The American Dream. It's more than just an idea. It's a promise. A promise of opportunity, of prosperity, of a better life. But what does this dream look like? For millions of Americans over nearly 7 decades, the answer was simple. It looked like a Norman Rockwell painting. With each brushstroke, Norman Rockwell didn't just capture moments. He captured aspirations. His canvases became windows into an idealized America, where hard work paid off, where communities came together, and where even the smallest moments held profound meaning. But Rockwell's relationship with the American dream was complex. As the nation changed, so did his art. From the simple pleasures of small-town life to the struggles for civil rights, Rockwell's paintings evolved, reflecting both the dream and the reality of American life. Join us as we unpack the brushstrokes of history and examine the complex legacy of a man who didn't just illustrate the American dream, he helped define it. First things first. Who was this guy anyway? Born in New York City in 1894, Norman Rockwell wasn't your typical artist. He didn't come from a family of painters or spend his youth in art galleries. Instead, he was just a skinny kid with a knack for drawing who turned his passion into a career that spanned nearly 7 decades. Rockwell's big break came when he was just 22 years old. He landed his first cover for the Saturday Evening Post, a popular magazine that would become his artistic home for the next 47 years. But Rockwell didn't just stick to magazine covers. He painted portraits, created ads, and even worked for the government during World War II. But what made Rockwell's paintings so special? Well, imagine flipping through a photo album of America's greatest hits. That's what looking at Rockwell's work feels like. He had this incredible ability to capture moments that seemed ordinary, but were actually snapshots of the American experience. Take his painting Freedom from Want, for example. It's Thanksgiving dinner, and the whole family is gathered around the table. Grandma's bringing out the turkey, Grandpa's at the head of the table, and everyone's smiling and chatting. It's not just a meal. It's a celebration of family, abundance, and togetherness. Rockwell painted this during World War II, when these values meant everything to a nation at war. Rockwell wasn't just painting pretty pictures. He was telling stories, commenting on society, and sometimes even stirring up a bit of controversy. Let's break down a few of his most famous works to see what I mean. A little African-American girl in a pristine white dress walking to school. Looks simple, right? Not so fast. This painting shows Ruby Bridges, the first Black student to integrate an all-white school in New Orleans. The walls behind her are splattered with tomatoes and racial slurs. It's a powerful image that spoke volumes about the civil rights movement. Rockwell didn't shy away from tough topics. He used his art to shine a light on issues that America was grappling with. This painting wasn't just a picture. It was a call to action, asking viewers to confront the ugly reality of racism head on. Now, let's lighten things up a bit. Ever tried to take a selfie and ended up with 3 chins and a weird expression? Well, Rockwell beat us all to the self-portrait game with this funny and clever painting. It shows Rockwell painting himself, looking in a mirror, with sketches of famous self-portraits by other artists pinned to his canvas. This painting is like a Russian nesting doll of art references. It's Rockwell poking fun at himself while also paying homage to the great artists who came before him. It's witty, it's meta, and it shows that even a serious artist like Rockwell could have a sense of humor about his work. Now, most of you might be thinking that Rockwell's work is just sentimental fluff. While it's true that Rockwell's paintings often have a nostalgic feel, there's more to them than meets the eye. Take his series on Franklin D. Roosevelt's 4 Freedoms speech. These paintings, freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want and freedom from fear weren't just pretty pictures. They were powerful visual representations of American ideals during a time of global conflict. These images toured the country, raising millions of dollars for the war effort, art with a purpose. And let's not forget that Rockwell was painting during some of America's most tumultuous times. He witnessed 2 world wars, the Great Depression, the Civil Rights Movement, and the dawn of the space age. Through it all, his art provided a sense of continuity and hope. It reminded people of the values that held the nation together, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. So, what can we learn from Norman Rockwell today? In an age of social media and instant gratification, Rockwell's art reminds us to slow down and appreciate the small moments. It encourages us to look for the beauty in everyday life and to connect with the people around us. But it also challenges us to think critically about our society. Rockwell's later works, dealing with civil rights and social issues, show that art can be a powerful tool for social commentary. They remind us that even in difficult times, we can work towards a better future. As we come to the end of our journey through Rockwell's America, let's take a moment to reflect on why his art continues to resonate with people today. In a world that often feels divided and chaotic, Rockwell's paintings offer a vision of unity and shared values. They remind us of our common humanity and the ties that bind us together as a community. But don't mistake Rockwell's optimism for blindness to reality. His art acknowledged the challenges and imperfections of American society while still holding on to hope for a better future. It's this balance of realism and idealism that makes his work so compelling. So, the next time you come across a Norman Rockwell painting, take a moment to really look at it. Notice the details, the expressions on people's faces, the stories being told. You might just find a piece of yourself and a piece of America reflected back at you. But hey, the conversation doesn't end here. We want to hear from you. What's your favorite Norman Rockwell painting? How do you think his work relates to America today? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into Rockwell's world, why not join our community of art enthusiasts? Hit that subscribe button to get more stories about the artists who shaped our culture. And hey, want to be the first to know when we post new videos? Just click that little bell icon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.